Funny, the preview window for YouTube is always way different than when you hit actually go live. It's really weird. Hi guys, Captain Foley here, and it's time to talk about The Mandalorian season finale, episode or chapter, I guess, 16, The Rescue. So, we're gonna do that. This isn't really my first reactions, just so you know. I have reacted to this already. Did so on Friday night, had to do one. My hair looks awful. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I don't look perfect. I mean, I can't look perfect all the time. That being said, everybody's like, oh good God, just shut the fuck up. But hey guys, how's it going? Jeffrey Jacobs is here. Good to see you, and good to see everybody else that's out there. TMAC, what's up, Cap? Not too much, guys. William Johnson, hey folks. Hello from the UK. Let's get into this. Yeah, it is pretty late for you, Peter May. It's what, 3 a.m.? I apologize. Fleetball is here too. A lot of great people are here. 40 likes, 28 people watching. Fantastic. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get those like numbers up. All right, let's get into this whole damn thing. Let me pull up the chat. So I got your comments, your questions, your concerns. If you want to super chat, please feel free. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, let's do this thing. Let's do it. To it. My channel, your channel, our channel, whatever. It says your channel, so I'm just saying. Your channel, it says. All right, Paul Graham is here as well. All right, let's kind of start from the beginning here. Jarzia, the best piece of live-action Star Wars content since Return of the Jedi. Paul Graham says this was so amazing that if this was the series finale, I'd be okay with it. Yes, this is the Star Wars we've been waiting for. This is the Star Wars we wanted in the movies, but we didn't get. You know, just do it properly, guys. Let's see. The Boba Fett storyline looks good so far. Yes, and the Book of Fett is a totally separate thing from The Mandalorian Season 3, just to put that out there. A lot of people think, oh, Mandalorian Season 3 is going to be the Book of Fett. That's not the case. So, Paul says, I was hoping the stinger would be Grand Admiral Thrawn saying something like, excellent, everything is going exactly as I planned. What's TLC, I meant to ask? TLC, where are you getting TLC from? I don't know. Tender loving. Don't know. Ian Smith throws in $10. The Return of the Jedi, love seeing it. Got a lump in my throat. God bless Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Have a great evening, Captain, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Well, thank you very much, Ian. That is very appreciated. Hope you have a great Christmas as well. I think we're finally almost all done. Everything for Christmas, which is good because apparently the rumor is that we're going to be going into lockdown, into a gray zone, as of Christmas Eve. Like, what the fuck kind of stupid decision is that? Just do it for Boxing Day. That was the original thing, Boxing Day. And I know they're trying to stop everybody from doing the Christmas thing and, you know, making the pandemic worse than it is because of Christmas Day, but people are going to do their Christmas regardless, so I don't know what the point was. But that's something else. Hopefully you guys are ready for Christmas. James Roberts, I enjoyed it, but it feels rushed to get to the end, and that is what it felt like to end to Din and Grogu's story. What was Moff's plan? Felt like Mando got pushed to the side for the other series. I'm fine with it, you know. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not immune to fan service, and that ending was fucking amazing. Seeing the X-Wing come in, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, didn't really think it was Luke for a second there. And then it's like, okay, could be another Jedi that has an X-Wing. Okay, cool. Then you get the black and white monitors. You get the guy kicking ass. You got the robe. It's like, okay, cool. It might be Luke. Who knows? And then you get the green lightsaber. Then you see the hilt of the lightsaber. Then you see the gloved hand. Then you see the belt. Then you see the reveal. And it's like, yes. And I was literally sitting there, oh my God, this is awesome. This is what I've been calling. I've been saying it's going to be Luke Skywalker. Oh no, it's going to be Ezra Bridger. It's like, no, it's going to be Luke Skywalker. I've been saying that all along. Anywho, so I was like this. But, I mean, it was just incredibly done. Incredibly done. So, Clay Williams, so do you think we will see Grogu Luke again in animation? In animation? I don't know. That's a good question, I guess. I mean, we're going to see them again, hopefully. And hopefully they do the CGI better. The CGI was a little bit off, a little bit wonky. They've already done deep fakes since to fix it, and it looks a lot better. So, got to give them credit for that. But Luke's face was, hello, I am Luke Skywalker. I am a Jedi. I don't want to move too much because that would be awful. It's like, okay, I don't want to bitch about the CGI. I mean, a lot of people have, a lot of people will. It's just a thing that's going to be a thing. But still, I thought it was amazing to see Luke Skywalker. Like, this is what we've been wanting. Let's see here. This is what we've been wanting for a while, and we wanted this for the movies. We didn't get that, unfortunately. But I gotta say, my biggest thing that I was most excited about was this little bastard right here. When I saw R2-D2, I wish I had a camera on my face. Yeah, you heard your name, didn't you? But because I was like, oh my God, it's R2-D2. Like, I was so happy. And people have been making a big deal about Grogu seeing R2 because he would have seen R2 in the Jedi Temple. He would have known who R2 is. And it's like, okay, that's a distinct possibility, yeah. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, I wish they would have said that it was Luke Skywalker. I wish he would have introduced himself. Because Mando's like, oh, you're a Jedi? It's like, no, I'm the goddamn closed circuit TV repair guy, because apparently you've only got black and white. We need to fix that shit. Who do you think I am? Anyway, so are you a Jedi? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I was super happy with it. I was super happy with the way it turned out and all of that. So I'm just babbling at this point. It appears to me. It seems to me that the reason that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are so good at writing is because they write Star Wars how we used to play with Star Wars. That last scene where Luke comes in on the X-Wing and, you know, kicks all the Death Troopers' asses, just hands it to them, crushes one of them. That is how I played with my goddamn toys. You get Luke Skywalker going to save the day, saving little, not even Baby Yoda at that point, but just be Yoda, just saving the. That's how you play with those action figures. That's what Star Wars is for, and they need to tell stories that way. Fan service is a thing. Fan service is important, especially to a fan base such as Star Wars or Star Trek. And for JJ to say, "Oh, I can't make the fanboys happy. I can't, you know, do fan service and bring in a new audience," that's bullshit. As they've already shown us now in The Mandalorian. So I'm probably babbling. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Lisa Jericho says, Boxing Day here we go into lockdown due to the COVID variant. Yeah, I've heard about that variant. That's a shitty thing. Luke hasn't changed his clothes in 5 years. Fleet Paw Swift back $5. Can't stay long. Had my opener call off for tomorrow. So to bed with me. Like what I saw. Can't wait for the full review. May the force be with you. Yes, guys, tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our full reaction, review, and breakdown of this episode of The Mandalorian, where Samuel and myself both talk about our thoughts on it. Paul Graham, as soon as I saw the glove, I started yelling. Sarah says Kara should recognize Luke and said something to Mando, and Grogu will be safe with him. Absolutely, I totally agree. Um, William Jackson, I will kill you. I will kill with your Luke. Thanks. What? TMA $5. Amazing feelings. I gasped seeing the X-wing. I choked up seeing the green saber and Black Hand, and lost it when the hood came down. Hell to the yeah. I totally agree. But like I said, I really lost it when I saw R2D2 because this little guy, he's my guy. Me and R2 were buds, and he's my favorite part of Star Wars. To me, Star Wars is essentially the R2D2 story because he's always there. He's saving the day. He's been through it all. And then JJ comes along and puts him under a goddamn sheet. Puts him in a corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. JJ. And all that after you had fucked up Star Trek already. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. JJ, you don't know what you're doing. And I'll say that time and time again. Hey, R2, how's it going? Good to see you. Okay, R2, don't do that. Just stay there. My little Sphero R2D2. Yes, I'm playing with them on my iPad, so I can't really read your comments, but anyhow. So anyway, yeah, and I've also got yeah, I know. I also got R2Q5, the Sphero droid as well. So yeah, don't no, you like R2Q5, don't worry. Even though he's an Imperial droid, you still like him. Don't look at him like that. Don't give him the side eye. Come on, R2. Like, what the hell? So anyway, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of ignoring you guys. I don't mean to. My bad. And unfortunately, I can't do like 15 things at once. So let's see. Broken Speaker. Seth MacFarlane was able to do Star Trek like Favreau and Filoni. We would have been much happier, but things did not go that way. CBS is not as smart as Disney, but that's no surprise to anybody. Right? I totally agree. TMA $5. Amazing feelings. I gasped seeing the X-wing. I choked up seeing the green lightsaber and Black Hand. And that's when the hood came down. I already read that one, but I read it again because it's how everybody feels. Bo-Katan has met R2. Yes, absolutely. Seeing R2 made me double down on losing it. Yes, I will agree with that. I was a bigger reaction for R2 though, because I am an R2 fan for sure. Captain George, I don't think Bo-Katan would distinguish R2 from any other astromech droid. Not necessarily. That's a good point, but Vance 1982 did not making a great first impression with Grandmaster Luke with "Are you a Jedi?" Listen, Jericho, you'd think you would ask. Yeah, you want to know his name. You want to know who's taking over your little Grogu guy. You know, that's the other thing. Baby Yoda reaches out to him with the helmet on, and he takes the helmet off and that's awesome. So did he take it off because he wanted to show baby Grogu what he looked like, or did he take it off because baby Grogu, used the Jedi mind trick on the poor bastard and told him to take his helmet off? Does that say that the Mandalorian Din Djarin has a weak mind because he took the advice of this little Grogu to take off his helmet and break his code in front of everybody? Did he break his code, or did he suffer from the Vulcan mind meld? Oh my God! Oh, and then from the Jedi mind trick. Listen, Jericho, Luke was just too prequel Jedi. He should be more friendly. He should have absolutely been more friendly. Absolutely. Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies, puts in $2. This means Grogu dies at Luke's Jedi Temple in Force Awakens. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. There's quite a gap between this and that. And little Grogu could learn a lot and go on his own or be saved again, saved somehow. It doesn't mean he dies at all. I'm getting sick of hearing that argument. So no matter what, no matter how happy people are about what has happened or what's transpired, everybody still bitches and whines about something. It just frustrates me. Dave Stelzer, nobody puts BB-8 in a corner. BB-8's a little punk ass bitch. I hate BB-8. He took away the spotlight from R2-D2. R2-D2 is the droid. That's where it's at. I got a BB-8 Sphero up there as well, and he's staying up there because, god damn it, that's where it's at. Joseph says, hey Cap, did anyone mention or have you seen the floating theory that R2 was the one that saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple from Anakin? Yes, I have seen that, and I like that idea. I think that's great. Broken Speaker actually is not the very end of of all Star Wars. C-3PO telling this whole story to a couple of kids in a cave before they then go on a whole new saga of light versus dark. Begin over again, continued. That's cool. I like that. Jeff Jacobs, $2. Oops, snooze through 50. Hit like. We need 100. Oh, yeah. Damn. 81 people watching, 71 likes. If you haven't hit like yet, guys, hit that like button. I'm sorry, I've been distracted. I just was not mentally here for this one. I wasn't ready for this one. I was actually kind of late, and I apologize. But anyway, so I feel bad. This isn't really my first reaction either. I did do a reaction video on Friday, which I think is probably more exciting than this one. And then I had these guys ready to go, all charged up, and then I completely forgot about it, and I didn't test them beforehand, and it was one of those days. We had a few things to do and get stuff done, and go out, finish up some Christmas stuff before everything gets screwed up here, so. Klingon Captain, no, clearly it was the librarian who rescued Grogu from the Jedi Temple during Order 66. That's also acceptable, yeah. Broken Speaker, one of the novels blessed by Lucas had it all ending the same way. C-3PO does from not a very good storyteller to all of it being him telling his story before he finally dies. Well, I don't like it being all about C-3PO because C-3PO wasn't there for many of the things. R2 was the linchpin that was there through a lot more of this than C-3PO was. So, this is Jericho. For all the people who wanted Ezra, he would have been dead after the second robot. That's funny. Jeff Jacobs, when he took his helmet off for Grogu, I definitely cried. Murray says, Luke should have asked, who's that guy dressed like my dad? Ninja Chris, nah, it was like a callback to Vader, I think. Let me see you once with your own eyes. Yeah, I know that, but it seemed like when he reached out, it's just like, oh, you weak mind, show me your face, you know? Listen, Jericho, they have told the fall of the Jedi Temple in the comics. Grogu wasn't there, but he was. He'll be retconned. Clay Williams, he's letting go of the strict ways of the children of the Watch. It's him doing anything for Grogu. Mr. Pete says BB is love. Pfft, BB's a pussy. Dave Stelzer, the TIE launching sequence was great to see. That was fantastic. And just the way the thing opened with Slave One pummeling a Lambda shuttle. That was awesome. That was so good. And then the whole, holding this guy hostage. Don't shoot me. Drop her. I watched your planet burn. There are people on the Death Star. Why would you goad somebody on when they're literally like 4 or 5 feet away from you with a goddamn pistol aimed at your head? Sure, you've got a hostage here, but she's got a beeline straight on your goddamn face. So why would you egg her on? Like, are you dumb? I guess you are. So that whole scene, and even when they stop the shuttle and you see the Slave One like go up, like canopy to canopy, and you see Boba Fett like, hey, it's getting ready to board. That was awesome. That was so, and I want to see how they boarded though, because Slave One I don't think is made to dock onto something. Slave One and a Lambda shuttle, try that. Try the geometry there. They don't fit together at all. So I don't know how that happened. But seeing that's what I said, like going back to Dave Filoni and whatever his name is, I forget John Favreau. The way that they did that opening, that's how you played with your toys. Think about it. Like, you'd have the Millennium Falcon, and you'd have an X-Wing, or you'd have a TIE Fighter, and you'd like, that's how you played. And that's why it's so good. It's they understand what we want. Jeff Jacobs, I like this lighting cap. Yeah, thanks. This is, I think, something I'm going to be doing from now on. Not so harsh. So, Governor, the most exciting news, what's happened to Star Wars universe is the Boba Fett show next year. I mean, wow, that is going to be seriously awesome. That was cool. I mean, I knew about the post-credit sequence before I even watched it, and I was told at least 3 or 4 times that there was a post-credit sequence, and I'm like, I gotta fucking watch this before it gets spoiled for me. Because I think I was this close to a few spoilers, and I said, fuck, I'm gonna just... So after we're done filming on Monday, or on Friday, sorry, when I was done filming on Friday, I just watched it, and I wish I would have waited to watch it with Sylvia, because like I said, my first reaction to seeing it was Luke. I was like, oh my God. And I was literally doing this in front of my computer. Oh. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's Luke. That's awesome. And then R2 shows up. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm so fucking... I felt like a kid again. And it was so awesome. Yeah. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can't like The Mandalorian. It's Disney. It's Kathleen Kennedy. It's evil. I'm like, go fuck yourself. It's fucking awesome. If you don't like it, too bad. Let other people enjoy it. But I hate these people that are like, oh, I'm not going to watch it. I know. Fuck you, I'm not going to watch it. All you fucking fanboys. Go fuck yourself. Or, I watched the last scene like everybody said I should, and I'm not impressed. That CGI was awful. It's like, no, fuck off. Let's see, Scout Guy. So today they confirmed that the Book of Fett is a separate miniseries from The Mandalorian. Yes, absolutely. Started this live out with that because it's definitely a fact. This is Jericho. Luke takes the kid and buggers off. Not very Luke-like. True. There was a little bit of jinkiness going on there, but I was happy, so I didn't care. Clay Williams, actually, this pretty Luke-like. He buggers off all the time. That's like his most common action. Well, when you put it that way, I guess, yeah. There's a discussion to be had there. Tune into our live tomorrow. Sarah Stanley, the pilot probably pulled suicide by cop instead of electric shock. True. Okay, I'll buy that. Alyssa Jericho, that guy who said he was on the Death Star when Alderaan blew up made me think he must have been a baby. Then I remembered this is only 8 years after. Yeah, it's not long after the first Death Star, and it's only like 5 or 6 years after the second Death Star, so... Paul Graham, because all the pilot had ever seen was stormtrooper shoots, and so he didn't think they could hit him at that angle. Bad hair day. For the shuttle pilot, it was personal. He probably lost a few of his buddies on it. Who cares? Like, she lost her whole planet, so why are you egging her on? Her whole planet's gone. Your buddies that you had fucking beer with died because you got on a fucking shuttle and had to shuttle somebody to a fucking Star Destroyer and were lucky enough to be off the fucking Death Star. So, yeah. Jarzia, $5. Luke has mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that he becomes invisible to the eye. Loved it, though. Best live-action Star Wars since Return of the Jedi. Yeah, he's like Drax. I'm moving so slow. My movements are imperceivable. I am invisible. Ninja Chris 77. Yeah, you had to watch this one right away. The Luke part would have gotten spoiled as soon as you opened your browser. I opened my browser a few times and luckily was able to do some quick steering and not see anything. So, Paul Sung says, wow. Don't know what you're saying wow about, but Adam Vera, I always seem to miss the lives. Glad to make this one. Good to see you, Adam. Usually you join me for the VR or something where I can't really see your comments, but or your super chats if you do super chat. But good to see you, Adam. Zachary Jockimson, Stuart, did you get what I said? I don't know. What did you say, Zachary? Did I read it? I don't think I read what you said. Hey, Stuart, have you ever read the old Marvel Star Wars comics? Some of them. I have some of them. I don't read them all, Zachary. So if you want me to notice it for sure, Super Chat's a great way. But I try to hit most of them here in these first reactions. So Donnie says, I'm stoked about the book of Boba Fett. I think we all are. God damn, Bib Fortuna got fat, man. That's okay. There's a lot of cosplay options now. We got Boba Fett, we got the dad bod, we got, Bib Fortuna, dad bod, we got, so many dad bods. It's fine. Ian Smith, Trekyards, Kathleen Kennedy probably wasn't allowed within 10 feet of the sets for this show. Yeah, that's kind of my thought as well. And yes, I just got that. It's already read Zachary's thing. So like the moderators are messaging me in the chat, and it's like the video must be way behind. Jarzia, that Disney phobe impersonation is spot on. Zachary says, do why pet? Wait, Governor says, John hit the nail on the head. 4 amazing things in a row. Luke and R2, and then Grogu saying goodbye to Mando and the whole Boba teaser show. Yeah, it was just a lot to unpack in that last little bit. And it's like, that washes away those 3 fucking awful movies, or at least 2 awful movies. The Force Awakens wasn't that bad. Last Jedi was fucking garbage, in my opinion. A lot of people like it. More power to you, but it's fucking garbage, in my opinion. And then Rise of Skywalker kind of made up for a little bit. It was a little fan servicey, but this definitely made up for that for me. But then you get the, oh no, I won't enjoy this until they apologize and they erase those 3 things from existence. Because they can do that, right? They can hit a switch at Disney and everyone that was ever sold, anyone that ever saw it, it'll just be erased from their memory, right? Oh. Erase the new trilogy. You fucking read. It wasn't Luke, it was Uncanny Valley Luke. I agree. I just wish they would have used Hamill, de-age him a little bit. Or use deepfake. I already saw deepfake. That's so much better already. Ninja Chris 77, about the docking scene, they just held their breath and did the Leia. Yeah. Safe Commander Blob for Unfortuna. Oh my god, that's awful. Listen, Jericho, I assume Obi-Wan will get a corridor scene now for his show. Mr. Peace Channel, Dad Bod Tuna. Dad ate tuna. The Darth Eddie. Anyone else notice that 2 of the 3 Jabba dancers from the special edition of Return of the Jedi are still alive and hanging out at the palace? Lynn, me, the blue Twi'lek, is even a slave now. Yeah, she's hot, but she got that free. So, see, if I was Boba, I'd be pissed at the new lady. I can't remember her name. You let the woman go. What is wrong with you? Jersey, I laughed when they worked McClunky into the Book of Boba trailer. Yeah, I heard McClunky as well. Bad Hair Day. Everyone gets a corridor scene. I'm looking forward to the Jawa corridor scene. I want an R2 corridor scene where he just owns that corridor. Oi, Governor. Tuna trying to be the new Jabba the Hutt. Well, he was for at least 5 or 6 years, so gotta give him credit for that. He maintained Jabba's crime organization in that amount of time. He had to have. So, sweet. Mr. Pete's channel, that was Lynn Me. Alyssa Jericho, Force Awakens felt too much like a copy of the original movies, plus they really dropped the ball on Luke. They should have had something like this for Luke in The Force Awakens. I totally agree. I totally agree that Luke was mishandled in The Force Awakens, but The Force Awakens was enough of a, hey, nostalgia trip to be fine for me. It was better than I expected from JJ. Yes, it was an unoriginal because he doesn't have an original bone in his body. But it still felt good enough to me, I did enjoy the first Force Awakens, I gotta say. So, SC Scout Guy, I wonder if Disney will do a reboot of the 80s Droids cartoon. That would be awesome. I would love to see a new Droids cartoon. So they got 9 other projects on the go, and probably more now, because apparently there's a Luke series that they're talking about now, a Boba Fett series, Book of Boba Fett, which they didn't announce for obvious reasons, which was awesome. And who knows who else is getting a spin-off series. Might be a little bit too much. Might be saturating the market a little bit. It's going to suffer from franchise fatigue for sure, but we'll let it go for a while. I want to see the new stuff. So, YouTube account, Din and Bo-Katan are going to duke it out over the throne next season. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Apparently, somebody named Sabine already gave her the Darksaber at one point, so I don't understand the problem. I haven't finished watching Clone Wars yet. That's something I'm going to do. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go down and watch more episodes of the Clone Wars and try to get caught up. So, anyway. Let's see. Sackball, great name. I'd rather have a not perfect CGI face, deepfake Luke, than an actor who is clearly not Luke playing him. Bingo! I agree. I think they did it well. The Darth Eddie, Rystall was in the background, and you could see her feathery hair adornments. Griada, the Rhodian, was missing though. Ah, yeah. Let's see. Ninja Chris 77. I'd rather have a CGI Luke than a depressed hermit Luke. Yes, amen, amen. Oi, Governor. I would rather see the Mando really express himself and finally fall for all we know. Who I can't remember her name, but she's super hot and more muscles than Hulk Hogan. That is Cara Dune, otherwise known as Gina Carrera, and oh my lord, I'm telling you, yeah. J.L. Young, they did a great job de-aging R2-D2. They did. R2 looked phenomenal. R2 did look phenomenal. I gotta say, it wasn't too shiny. It was just perfect. This is Jericho. Give Luke a face injury and put him in a mask. Problem solved. I was in a car accident. Quadricorus, JJ made everything else bigger, added lens flares, makes some cool visual effect shots, and call it a movie. Yeah, he's kind of like the Michael Bay. Michael Bay on Redland is JJ. You know, Michael Bay's like Michael Bay. He's off the hook. Everything's like, JJ's the exact same, but he's on Redland, so it's more like lens flare. It's like an explosion, right? Yeah, but it's not really. Peter Lukaku. So no new Mandalorian for years. For a year. It'll be next December, but yes. SC Scout Guy. I'm really looking forward to the Bad Batch. I mean, I probably will be after I watch all the Clone Wars, but yes. Ian says, since The Mandalorian takes place closer to the time of Return of the Jedi than The Force Awakens did, one can see The Mandalorian being more of a sequel to the original trilogy than the sequel films. Yes, absolutely, yes. Plutopia. The only problem is that you need like Leia and Han and everybody else to show up so you can know what's going on with them. That's the only way it'll be a sequel, you know. Plutopia. Sabine gave Bo-Katan the Darksaber in the last season of Star Wars Rebels. See, yeah, I've heard that. I needed to get there, though. Donnie Pearson. Speaking of reboots, I can imagine Disney Plus rebooting the short-lived 1996 astronaut drama The Cape, the one about astronauts training at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral. That would be fine. I know a lot of my friends would definitely love that. They're into the real space and the astronauts and stuff, so... Joseph Medetz, Bib Fortuna even had his staff from the 80s action figure, little detail they had added for the fans. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm gonna fucking kill my kid. Little shithead. Doesn't talk to me or come out of his room all fucking day because he's on his computer. But the second I start doing a live, he's messaging me, asking me if he can have this for a snack, if he can have that for a snack. Just messages. He's literally down the hall. He can hear me talking. Like, are you new? Do you need a smack in the head? because I think you need a smack in the head. Kids. Let's see. Okay. Mr. Peach Channel, ha ha ha, DHR2. Bad Hair Day. JJ knows how to make action scenes. He doesn't know how to make movies. Yeah. Ian, that sounds like the 80s film Space Camp. Oh, hey, Governor, R2 needs to be the first thing we show aliens when they finally visit us so that we can say that their culture isn't right here. In fact, the whole Star Wars. Okay. Jarzia, in Legends, Lin Mi was rescued by Boba Fett as a child and grew up kind of obsessed with him after that. She's basically his biggest fangirl. Really? Oi, oi, Governor. Woof. Don't know what that's about. The Darth Eddie. At this point, Ben Solo would be 5 and Bo Dameron 5. So, what is going on? Dogs are barking. I'm letting them out. Well, smarten up. Fuck. Sorry, I'm in the dad mode there. Just sick of the bullshit. So the Darth Eddie. At this point, Ben Solo would be 5 and Poe Dameron 5. So while it's not completely impossible they could have cameos as children, it's not likely. Well, I wouldn't want that. Why do you have to push everybody in? You know, you don't have everybody and their fucking dog in this story. Chris Dorton. Does this mean episodes 7, 8, and 9 are no longer canon? No, it doesn't mean that yet. Klingon Captain, those were extenuating circumstances. Sabine got the dark saber after it was stolen from Darth Maul and gave it to Bo, who in turn failed to both lead her people and hold on to the dark saber. Okay. Area 51, my solution for the Star Wars sequels is just pretend they aren't a thing. Move on and don't whine. Yeah, just enjoy what they give us. But then you're feeding the corporate animal that is Disney, and you're showing your support for Kathleen Kennedy. And do people fucking listen to yourselves? Just enjoy that they're trying to fix things and trying to make things good that fans will like. SC Scout Guy, I wonder what the chances are of Dash Rendar's series, or at the very least him being included in any of the... If not included, at least mentioned. I think that's a fantastic thing that will probably happen. Donnie Pearson, Jeepers H. Creepers Cat, what the heck happened? Oi, oi, Governor, the dog barked, dude, and all hands, captain on deck. Paul Graham, some people's kids. That's the other thing, the dogs are fucking quiet all day. All day. So's the kid in his room all fucking day. While we're doing things, you know, cleaning up, moving around the house, coming into the house. As soon as I sit down to do a live, everything happens. The kid starts making noise, the kid starts messaging me, the dogs start barking, the fucking postman comes to the door. It never fails. Never fails. Never fails. Anyway, whatever. Mr. Pete's channel, Poe Dameron would be 7. He's 2 years older than Ben Solo. Timothy Moore, hashtag yikes on bikes, Cap. He's just a kid, damn it. He's not a kid. He's fucking 16. He knows better. Don't tell me how to parent. I've already gone through 4. Well, this is the 4th of these little bastards. The other 3 are out of the house now. And they're good kids. But honestly, sometimes they just piss me off. So. Squadron Course. We can still hope for that, though, non-canon. That's at Chris, so don't know what that... It's back too far, I can't see it. The Darth Eddie. At least the sequel trilogy honors visual canon and doesn't completely reboot the look for modern audiences. Absolutely. That's one of the things that pisses me off most about Star Trek. Well, modern audiences won't like the way things used to look back in the 60s. But for Star Wars back in the 70s, that looks fine. Because it does. Because that's what it's supposed to look like. Good job, guys. I get them huge props for that. Donnie Pearson. What I love about Space Camp is the score by the legendary John Williams. The movie debuted a decade before The Cape, starring Corbin Bernsen and Henry J. Bull Eckert debuted. Area 51. There's no crying in Star Wars. That's great. Donnie Pearson, love the drill instructor-esque butt chewing though. Oh, you have no idea, man. You should hear some of my epic rants. Bad Hair Day. I make exception for The Last Jedi. Liked that one quite a bit, and I could totally relate to grumpy old Luke. Yeah, I mean, I could too, to a degree, but they really ruined the character. Like, that was just... It had its moments. I don't hate it. It's just not the best out of the three of them, for sure. It is definitely the worst, and I think it was a huge misstep. The fact that they didn't plan all three together, like from the beginning, to have an overarching story, is really problematic. It's the same thing we've been seeing in Star Trek Discovery. Seasons 1 and 2, the whole season wasn't planned from the beginning. They were modifying it as they went. Season 3 is the only one that's been started out with a plan from beginning to end. So, yeah. All right, so now that the chat's died down, now I can play with my little droids, maybe. Disconnected, attempting to reconnect. These guys are great. So I got R2 and I got R2Q5. R2Q5 is one of my favorite. I love astromech droids. I love the dark color. I've got a few R2Q5s. It's got the black with the copper. It's a nice look, for sure. So, searching for nearby droids. I'll turn on R2Q5 right now, because he's got different sounds. I've got the BB-8 and R2 versions. Yeah, I got the BB-8 up there as well, so... There you go. There's R2Q5. Let's see. Ta-da. And he's got like different lights than R2 and different sounds too. So his front light, instead of blue and red, is orange and red. And the back one is like green, but purple and blue. So. Anyway, they do a bunch of different things. I don't want to overdo it here. Let's go back to the scanning. Searching for nearby droid. No, I don't. Yes, you already found him. Let's connect R2. Be nice, R2. Let's see. Type Grinium. Late to the stream, but have my like. But also, love the episode. Loved the Lambda Shuttle, which is one of my favorite Star. It's mine here. Mine as well. R2D5 needs to screaming chicken on it. Rushed and slow all at once. Yeah. Well, these guys are great. I love these things. But yeah, seeing R2 was the best thing. R2 keeps dropping that third leg. Well, you know, when you got a big third leg, you can't keep that thing tucked away. It's got to like flop out every once in a while. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. You know I'm right. I think we made him sad. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the live stream now, so I'm not ignoring you people, because you guys are the glue that holds us all together, so thank you guys for joining me. Hit that like if you haven't already. We've got 97 people watching, 102 likes, which is awesome, so keep that up, and yeah, show your support. Let's see. Darth Eddie Snoke should have had been Darth Plagueis the whole time and manipulating everything from behind the scenes, having faked his death and gone into hiding after Palpatine's murder attempt. I totally agree. Ninja Chris 77. I kinda hope that the people at Paramount CBS just see the Mandalorian and fix their mess. Oh yeah, I wish so too. Fortunately, Kurtzman's a goddamn idiot and a cancer to everything he touches. But anyway. Bad Hair Day. That's why The Mandalorian works so well. One team, one plot line, beginning to end. Absolutely. This is Jericho. I got the BB and RT version. Yes. Gavin Vale Smith. There was a plan for the sequel trilogy, but Ryan Johnson threw JJ's script because Ryan Johnson's a dick. Safe Commander. Wouldn't mind seeing a dark humor take on the Star Wars universe, sort of the Deadpool type show. Bill Burns' character, perhaps. Hey, I love Bill Burns' character. Mayfeld was awesome. So... Area 51 R2Q5 needs an Axiom. Ninja Chris 77. Oh my god, I don't know what that's about. Area 51 damn touchscreens. Klingon Captain. Was Rise bad, but was it entertaining and fun? Also, yes. Governor, the need to do the same scale Grogu that moves, etc. with the control would be a huge Xmas seller. Yeah, unfortunately, Sphero doesn't have the rights to Star Wars anymore, so I'm afraid that these little bastards are not going to have any updated controls at one point, and they're just not going to be able to fucking use them, which would be a shame. But Timothy, oh, now we're going to say that again. Rumor and theory, what the fuck? Area 51, ladies love the third leg. Hezraz, I think R2 is going to be buddies with Grogu. Yeah, I think so. Donnie Pearson, speaking of Rise, today marks a year since the final chapter of the Star Wars saga debuted. Respectfully, its score by John Williams rules more. Jodok Hack, I don't know what your name is, I'm sorry, but he says, I want this R2. Look it up, it's the Sphero R2. You can get them still, they're pretty pricey though. Such a filthy mouth on R2, says Jamal. Yes, that's why I love him. Oi, oi, Governor. Grogu sitting on top of R2 would be super cute. I don't have one to scale. I don't have a little Grogu to scale this guy, which is a shame, but... Mr. Pete says Kylo Ren is going to kill Grogu, mark my words. If he does, he does. It's what happens, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be a thing. Tigor Ganenim. I think that's your name. Hold on. I wanted to sneeze for a second, but... Okay, maybe I'm not going to. Wonder if Eagle Moss has the Lambda shuttle model and if they ship to the EU. Well, Eagle Moss doesn't have the Star Wars rights, so they don't have any Star Wars stuff. So I would love to have a Lambda shuttle from Eagle Moss, so that'd be cool. Jeff Jacobs, $2.04. We got our 100. We should get 150. Hashtag make Jeff pay. 105 likes, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, please. It'll help us out. Yeah. Bad Hair Day. Rise had one of my favorite scenes when Luke raises his X-wing. Just prefer to skip the beginning and end of the movie. Hezraz, I think they were headed to the Plagueis thing till the director changed and all that changed. Palpatine's story was Plagueis would have been awesome. Yeah, I think an explanation for, Snoke would have been fantastic. Just saying, would have helped. Ninja Chris, the oh my god was for me about your little droid powering on. Yeah, I wish they can both be powered on at the same time if I have one on my iPad, one on my phone, but I'm filming with my phone and I'm leaving comments with my iPad, so I can't have either of them on right now. I need another iDevice. I mean, I could go get Sylvia's iPhone, but she's using it. I could go get her iPad, but she's using it. Anyway, whatever. Devo77X, the final season of Mandalorian was awesome, I will admit that. Gavin Vale Smith, animatronic Grogu is available in Australia through Hasbro. It's awesome. Devo77X, love the after credit scene. My brother called that Boba the Hutt. That's good. SC Scout Guy, man, imagine all the series we would have right now if Disney would have bought Star Trek. I know. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want Disney to buy Star Trek. And I was like, I don't have a problem with it. You can imagine the merchandise we'd have if we had like the cool Star Trek merchandise we would have if they bought it. Plus, we'd have a fleet starbase at, at the Disney parks. Like you go in, everybody's dressed in Starfleet uniforms. It'd be like Starfleet or Star Trek Online, surrounded by it. It'd be awesome. That's what Paramount, that's what Star Trek needs. They had it in Vegas with the Star Trek The Experience, and then they cocked that out somehow, but whatever. Well, hey, Governor, when you're a huge Star Wars fan and you're collecting all the DVDs, you have to include the newer films. God, the pain on their faces. Yeah, I've got all of the new movies in 3D, all three of them. Because I love 3D, I collect 3D, and yes, you have to have them all. I don't care if you're, well, I guess if you're, I don't want to watch The Mandalorian, because Disney. If you're one of those dicks, then yeah, of course you don't own it, but Hezraz, I wouldn't be surprised if Disney decided to allow for another Star Wars future with Luke and crew. Alternate timeline seems that is what people are doing these days. I would be down for that. I would be down for new movies with Luke. Absolutely. Oh well, time to get a 3D printer and print those unlicensed ships. Yeah. Devo 77X or a teenage Grogu shows up and helps Rey build a new Jedi temple. Bad hair day. So who would be the Favreau to save for Star Trek? So many people. So many people. Seth MacFarlane would have been perfect. But, oh well, we got Orville now, which is fine. Sean Wright. And Seth MacFarlane, just for the record, Seth MacFarlane did approach CBS and Paramount, or one or the other, I can't remember which, and said, I'd like to have creative control of Star Trek. I think we could do something really, really good. And they said no. And he said, fuck you. I'm going to go make Orville then. So. Sean Wright. This was by far my favorite episode of Star Wars. They've done so well with this series. It's like the guy acts and is calm and it's emotional. I think I called it last week with the particular Jedi. I've been calling it since halfway through the season, since we knew that a Jedi was coming for him. But everybody not everybody, but I forget the guy's name in particular. He was like, it won't be Luke. It's going to be Ezra Bridger. You haven't seen Ezra Bridger yet. You haven't watched Rebels. But it's going to be Ezra Bridger. I'm like, it might be. That'd be cool for you, I guess. I mean, once I get there on Rebels, it might be neat. But I think Luke would be great because it's about the same time as he's setting up his academy. And no, it's not going to be Luke. It's like, okay. Sean Wright. Meanwhile, on Discovery, they gave Michael 5 red balls and tell her to act the F out of everything. Sometimes less is more. Just ask the glasses guy. Dave Walters, is it just me or did Luke's fighting style match Vader's? It was similar, yeah. Pete's Channel, Star Trek Land. Devo 77X, like father, like son. Hezraz, give Grogu some cred. He survived the first massacres of the Jedi Temple. Maybe he survived Kylo's massacre, or he has fast aging and left before that. Fast aging, that's like what, 30 years later? Like that's 30 years of training on top of the 50. I don't know how many he's got, but he's 50 now. And yeah, he could, once he hits like adolescence, could shoot up like my fucking kid, the dumb one. Or like baby Groot, teenage Groot. I am Groot, Klingon Captain Din Djarin certainly had his pick of fighters or whatever shuttle are on board that cruiser. Sean Wright, if Disney bought Star Trek, no one would know who the actual fans are in the park, as all the fans would be dressed in cosplay. Paul Graham, among others, Luke showed like 4 or 5 different fighting styles, including Vader's and Anakin's. Sean says, staff dress up, fans dress up too. Area 51, yeah, merch and attractions are severely lacking for Trek. The Darth Eddie, Luke is almost the exact same age in this episode as Obi-Wan was in The Phantom Menace, showing just how much he'd learned in just a decade. Obi-Wan was a clumsier swordsman in The Phantom Menace and felt greener. That's because the Jedi were resting on their laurels. They weren't as refined and crisp as they should be because they were in power for so long. And that's the point. They lost they took their eyes off the prize, Gavin Vale Smith, one thing that bothers me is that about the Last Jedi Rise of Skywalker wasn't one of the X-Wings top covering wings used for Luke's hut door. yet amazingly restored to the X-Wing and Rise of Skywalker. Yes, it was used for the door, but JJ said, fuck you, Rian Johnson, because Rian Johnson said, fuck you, JJ first, and said, fuck it, fixed. Screw you. Sean Wright, they need to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. She set Star Wars back 10 years for Dave making the best decisions with Mando. Yes. Paul Graham, I've got a 3D printer. Print away, my friend, print away. Donnie Pearson, respectfully, Star Trek would remain where it is with Viacom CBS. Also, speaking of space, happy first anniversary to the United Space Force Semper Supra Guardians, Latin for always above. Cool. Jamal Taylor, Ezra may show up in the Ahsoka show. Bleh. Luke was the better fit for the Mandalorian. Yes. Oi, Governor, it's always going to be Luke. He heard the call from Grogu and he was coming. Hence, when the Mando finally got a hold of him, he didn't seem very excited to see the Mando. Sean Wright, how did all of those Dark Troopers know Luke was on board? They all turned and were destroyed. Definitely Anakin's son with how he crashed on those robots. I wondered that myself for like a split second. Then I realized there's probably some kind of they're droids. They're all droids, the Dark Troopers. So they're probably linked to the ship's sensors. They realize that somebody landed, so they're all turning to see. I was like, oh shit, they're all turning. This is going to be a Sith that's coming on board or something. Like this is, that's kind of what I thought for a second. Like, which Sith would have an X-Wing, So it was a little bit of, but I think they were just linked to the ship, and so they knew that somebody was on board, and they were like getting ready to deal with that. So Devo 77X, poor Bib Fortuna. He finally got control of Boba. Finally got control, and Boba came along and took over. Murray Nathan, the 3 Jedi Mando met were a green monkey, a hot chick, and a brown-haired boy. That's funny. RoboPoet 71, isn't it off? Boba didn't stick around for the fighting. He didn't fulfill his end of the deal. Yeah, that was totally off. That bugged me to no end, and we'll talk about that in our review tomorrow. Yeah, he fucking spaces away. The fuck? Dude, you just destroyed the 2 TIE fighters. There's nobody following you. I can understand if more TIE fighters launched and they hyperspaced after him, so he's dealing with that. That's why he's gone. But he hyperspaced away, didn't come back. Like, he could have saved the day for the Dark Troopers. I think everybody was kind of thinking that might happen. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I completely forgot Boba pissed off, to be fair. Because I was like, how are they going to deal with all these Dark Troopers, these Death Troopers? Yeah, where the fuck did Boba go? You're absolutely right. Jamal, they detected life forms and were programmed to off everybody except Grogu and Gideon. I like that. Marishan 2, Disney originally made the mistake of thinking Star Wars was his La La Land Muppet Show. Rebel Poet 71, what are y'all thinking about? Obi-Wan held his ground against Darth Maul up until a point. Yes, but he is less trained, I think, or more lackadaisically trained than, let's say, Luke was. Even though Luke's training was fucking awful and piecemeal, but whatever. Marisan 2, but it's not. It's a samurai western epic, and Luke looking into the distance at moons. That's what Star Wars is. Evo 77X, Kathleen Kennedy is an episode on Mandalorian. Is an EP, executive producer. Not an episode, an executive producer on Mandalorian. Yeah, but Alex Kurtzman's an executive producer on Lower Decks, and it's clear that he didn't have fucking anything to do with it because it was good. So, Mira Shan 2, what everybody is going to do now, what everybody is going to see now is too many shows, and it's going to cause people to get bored. Look at the Arrowverse, but hopefully what Disney is doing now won't be as weak in writing. It's also when you release them, don't release them all at the same time. Stagger them, so there's always something to watch. Submega, setting up for the Dark Troopers to be badass was near unbeatable, was a perfect tee up for Luke to swath through them. Yes, but there's going to be more in the next season probably, so there's still a threat, Sean Wright, imagine if Dave redid the game as a mini-series, The Force Unleashed, he'd do that justice. I love those games. They're both fantastic. So yes, I agree. Gavin Vale Smith, hints of dark side when Luke did force crush the droid. Yeah, he's kind of pissed at that point. He's just like, last one. This is Jericho. Maul would have been just as good as he if he had came over. Clay Williams, TIE fighters don't have onboard hyperdrives. That is true. Oi, oi, Governor. Did you not notice Grogu's behavior with the Mando? Basically, his whole rescue plan was a waste of time because Luke was on his way anyway, lol. Luke was like, oh, thanks. That's easy. Yeah, Luke was already on the way, but Mandalorian didn't know that, so. RoboPoet71, Luke getting through those dark troopers didn't totally make sense, though. A lot of those troopers are behind him and didn't shoot when they could have. Welcome to the trope that is TV. Or a movie where somebody's fighting, people have guns, but they all wait, and you get a shot above, there's a guy in the middle, there's people circling around them, and they attack one at a time to get their asses kicked. They don't shoot, they just attack one at a time, they don't all pile on the guy. It's just a trope. Yeah. But I saw that too, and I do agree. Devo77X, imagine if Boba saw Luke. Oh man. Yeah. Adam Vera, $5. Love the content. Thank you very much, Adam. Love seeing you. Thank you very much. Clay Williams, Deal77X, that's why they needed him to leave. Yes. Texticle. Yeah, story-wise, no room for Luke and Boba to see each other. Clay says the show needed him to leave. Yes. Hezraz, if they want to have a young de-aged Luke with CG, Disney is one of the few companies that can afford it. They own a huge chunk of media, ESPN, ABC, Marvel, etc. Grogu will return. Sean Wright, at least Luke's training was better than Rey. All she had to do was pick up a lightsaber and take on someone with over 10 years worth of training in a temple. Amazing. Bad Hair Day, there was a great vid on Kevin Smith's channel about the Mandalorian finale, where he mentions that the way Luke fights the Dark Troopers shows how there is some of his father's darkness still in him. Absolutely, and I think Luke's more of a gray Jedi than a light Force Jedi, or light Jedi, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Just his attire, the black that he chose to wear in Return of the Jedi, and he's still wearing apparently, says a lot. I know that, and when we see him with the Jedi Academy, where Ben fights him, he's got the lighter robes and he goes back to the light side, but here he doesn't have it yet. So, Mr. Peach channel. Some of the shows won't be out till 2023. Yeah, it gives time to breathe, and some to be canceled along the way. Probably, who knows? Jeff Jacobs, $2. Gotta go. Paying on Faith for 150. Hit like. Yes, 120 people watch. Well, 120 likes. 94 people watching. If you haven't hit like yet, hit like. Maybe let's hit 130. I don't think we'll hit 150, but if we get 10 more people that haven't hit like, that'd be awesome. Ninja Chris 77, they couldn't have Boba and Luke at the same place because of what happened in episode 6. They would have started fighting each other, I guess. So the writers thought, let's have Boba just dip out. Yeah, but they needed a line of dialogue to explain why he did. That's all. RoboPoet 71, well, Luke did go on to almost murder his own nephew. Yes. Hezraz, people are already bored with everything. We need new ideas. I'm so sick of these stupid doctor shows, detective shows, and the like. Dorkalicious, Luke can massacre them because they're droids. He doesn't just kill people mercilessly. Klingon Captain, speaking of Star Trek, dang if Lower Decks wasn't a fantastic outing. I want a Lower Decks style Jedi Academy series with an older Grogu, young Ben, and a Jaden core. Timothy Moore, the Defenders have hyperdrives and shields. Yeah, I just got Defenders in Squadron. Awesome. Sean Wright, Dave gave us the Luke we wanted. Kathleen and Ryan gave us the 2020 PC version and wrecked everyone's hero. All of these interviews with Mark Hamill apologizing for that performance. Yep. And the fact he kept this a secret for a year was awesome. Gavin Vale Smith, the whole Bo-Katan not accepting the Darksaber from Din like she did from Sabine annoys me. It's never really gotten into. I didn't have time to breathe that, which is fine. I don't care. I don't give a shit about the Darksaber Bo-Katan at this point, so... This Jericho, don't forget Kylo was seriously injured when he first fought Rey. Sean Wright, Luke reminds me of Mace. Captain Klingon says, at Gavin, but she didn't earn the first and lost it as a result. Hezraz, yep, I agree. Luke is a gray Jedi, even being tempted to kill his own nephew. That was pretty dark, laughing my ass off. Murray Nathan, this is the way to subvert expectation. Ryan Johnson. Sean Wright, do they think Disney has too much control over the franchises, though? Seems like a monopoly. They can do what they want with it. They own it. SC Scout Guy. So the whole Luke going to the dark side is Dark Empire canon? I didn't. Joseph Meditz. I love to see Jackson and certain Green Rabbit from the Marvel comics meeting Boba on Tatooine. I hated that rabbit. Yeah, I'm going to call it there, guys, I think. Just over an hour for this one, which was great. If anybody wants the last Super Chat slot, feel free. I'll maybe do another minute or two, but I should probably call it a wrap now. So anyway, yeah, in summation, I fucking love this. This was what I wanted. This is fan service to a T, and fan service done right, and I loved it. It was great. That's how you do it. That's how you make content that people will enjoy. Yes, it's fan servicey. And I think the bitchers and the whiners and the complainers that won't watch Mandalorian because it's Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, if they hadn't got The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, they might not be saying this. So yes, there was some missteps there, but I think mistakes have to happen for things we really want to come through. Unfortunately, that's just the way of things. So it's shitty, but yeah, let's just hope that they learn from this and they keep giving us shows we want. Like, we've got all these shows lined up now, so let's if they've learned, and these shows are going to be like Mandalorian as far as fan service and giving the fans what they want and need, I think they'll be super successful. And a lot of people, a lot of those little bitches that don't fucking want to watch this new shit will just miss out, and fuck them, who cares? So Squadron Course puts in $2 last, take it if you can. So there you go. So last super chat slot is his. So yeah, take it if you can, guys. I know, Ortiz. I know. Yeah. Did you like being in the last episode of Mandalorian? Well, that's snarky. I think you did great. Yeah, I know. You did great. I love seeing you. You were the best part. Besides Baby Grogu, of course. Right? Yeah, I know. Anyway. Yes, I know. I've told them it's time to leave. So you can come downstairs with me and watch some TV, okay? Yeah. Snarky little bastard. I guess I should probably check and see if anybody else has put in a last super chat slot, because I haven't been looking at the thing, so. Oh, Squadron Course. Oh, Oi Governor, £1. Thank you very much, Oi Governor. Yeah, F those bitches. Yes, Timothy. Sean Wright, Kathleen Kennedy and this new with the Mandalorian, that's why it's good. George didn't even go to the premiere of the final, as they knew it's butchering his legacy. Yeah. Like, Kathleen Kennedy didn't have anything to do with the Mandalorian, just like I said, Alex Kurtzman doesn't have anything to do with Lord X. And it shows. The evidence is on screen. So, Clay Williams, $2. May the force be with you, and also with you. Live long and prosper. I'll say there's something on my hand, but there's not. It's just like lighting. Live long and prosper, Grogu. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live review and discussion. So join us for that. If you have anything you want to contribute, question-wise, comment-wise, theory-wise, by all means, that's the best place to do it. We're going to break this thing down scene by scene and have a good discussion about it. I'm pretty sure Samuel loved it, would be my guess, and I'm looking forward to hearing his thoughts on it. So, and you'll get my score tomorrow as well out of 10. So, Clay, you are the last Super Chat champion. dun, dun, you get a big thank you from Captain Foley and Trekyards. So there you go. That's your reward for the last Super Chat slot. I know, but it's what it is. All right, guys, until next time, which is tomorrow, and you better be there because I'll be looking for you. Everybody was in this chat, I better be there tomorrow. Just saying. Me and R2, we'll know. See you then, guys. Have a good one, and live long and prosper. May the force be with you. I have spoken.